we're doing is that we're creating a centre for excellence, and the idea is to provide children with holistic care. And so what it is that we're creating a model school system, a preschool system, and we're creating a centre for excellence, and it's in the field of early childhood education and care. And I thought to myself, wouldn't it be amazing to have a centre for excellence not only in Africa, not only in Kenya, but one that services the most marginalised communities. So it's kids that live in the slums and kids that live in the nomadic dryland areas. So that's essentially what we're doing, is creating a model preschool system.
The thing that I find the most exciting and inspiring as well about the curriculum that you've spoken about is what you were saying earlier about the 6 kind of cornerstones of education, especially necessary in primary and preschool education. Can you break those down again for us briefly?
Yeah, no problem. So as I explained, if you look at what constitutes good preschool care, whether that's provided at home and or at school, you break it down into 6 areas. We did some research, and we found that if you break it down into 6 areas, those 6 areas are what we call education. So in our context, that would be a good curriculum. Kenya is one of the few countries that has a national preschool curriculum. So it's that curriculum and well-trained teachers. The second is adequate healthcare. So we'll be providing healthcare to the kids. The third is food and nutrition. So again, children are not able, there's no point in having a school system if kids are hungry. Many of the kids that we work with have got malnutrition, so it's addressing that issue of malnutrition first and foremost, and then making sure that they have a balanced diet and are able to eat and study. The fourth aspect is what we call play, so that's the creative aspect, and so that's art, music, and sports, physical exercise, so we'll create a curriculum around that. The fifth is what we call life skills and emotional counselling, so again making sure that the kids, we'll have child psychologists, and making sure that the kids have the support that they need, and that we teach them the life skills that they need for later on in life. And the sixth thing is child protection. So again, child protection will be a key element of our program, implementing child protection policies within the school system with the staff, but also, as I explained to you, reaching out to child protection officers in the community and making sure that they're attached to our program, because ultimately making sure that the children are protected and in a safe environment.
You stated very honestly, I have a very experimental mind, and I'm interested in seeing what will happen if you give 30 children, excellence, the best of everything.
There's different models, and there's different places for different models. What we're doing, and as I said, I have an experimental mind. I was given the best that my parents could possibly give me, and as I've explained, and I say, the children that I interact with in the urban informal settlements, they are no different from me. It's a complete accident of birth that I was born where I was born and they are born where they are born, but I was given opportunity and an education. And so my view is, what would happen if we were to give these children the very best?
How did you select the first 30 children? How was that process?
Well, I met an amazing woman called Edra, and so she's our program manager. And as I say, I believe she's the true angel, the true hero of our story with our foundation. What she did was that she's lived in the slum for 18 years. She's raised 4 children of her own. She's my age, and to me a real inspiration. And so what she'd done is that she, with the little resources that she had set up this little daycare centre, and it was kind of running haphazardly. People weren't able to pay, parents were kind of coming and going. An amazing woman who she worked with, so the Kikuyu word for grandmother is shosho, and so there's this one woman who they called shosho, and she was an elderly lady, and she was subsidizing the school, so she was getting the equivalent of $20 a month, and trying to pay the teachers, and her story was that she lost her only son. only stipulation at the moment is that because my driving factor for this whole project was after the post-election violence in Kenya, seeing what had happened. Post-election violence was about different tribes killing each other, and these are tribes that had lived side by side, had intermarried. You know, the only stipulation I have at the moment is that the children have to come from different tribes, and that's really important.
For anybody who watches this or who feels like they would love to help or follow and stay tuned until you expand, what would you say are those top kind of prioritized pressing, like these are our problems?
So right now, the number one thing that I'm asking people to do is just to spread the word about us, to look on our website, to learn about the work that we're doing, and just to become, you know, like mini ambassadors for us and the work that we're doing. So spread the word out there, you know, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, get to know what we're doing, become part of our community. That's what we're trying to build at the moment. We're trying to build a global community of people. Soiya, Gecaga, and I'm the Executive Director and founder of We the Change Foundation.